Damn it.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hey everyone, what's going on?
Hey now.
Welcome to our 500th subscriber celebration.
Wait, is this the real intro? Are we sure this is the real intro now?
I hope so, man. I hope so because I was so ready. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then, but then I got the file from the composer of Tank, and he's like, I got you a new song. You should try this on your podcast. And I was like, well, you know. But we got a bunch of people in the chat, so let me give them a quick shout out. I appreciate them showing up. We have Aramis, Michael Malone, G, the Robo Strange, Judo Rad. Good morning, everyone. Well, if it's morning where you are.
Cheers to you all.
Thanks for watching. Also, while Josh gets back, let me take care of some business up front.
Yes.
Let me give a shout out to our patrons that I never do up front. I always forget, and I just do it at the end. If I remember. If for those watching, we do have a Patreon. It just kind of helps with, whatever little you want to contribute. Everything helps you just make more videos, and, you get early access to a bunch of stuff. So big shout out to Mike Rappin, the I Read Comic Books Podcast, Final Neil, and Jason Ashmore. So thank you guys for contributing for a long time now. These guys have been subscribers for a long time, so we appreciate their patronage. But yeah, man, we oh, here's Josh. We have a bunch of stuff that we're gonna talk about. There's no main topic today. We're just gonna kind of hang out. I do have a little bit of comic news that we can cover and get everyone's take on. Hey, Josh is back.
Yeah, I dropped some news in the chat in the Discord.
Cool. Oh, we also have Ainsley in it. Hey, hi, Ainsley. Welcome everyone. So yeah, how you guys been? It's been cold here in Texas, as in most of the country. But it looks like the coldest is behind us.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
my God.
And we can put our shorts back on and go outside.
I don't know we're that ready yet, but I would like that.
I don't even know if I'm ready to go outside.
For the. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jess. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, for those who don't live in Texas, just to give you a little snapshot of what it's like here, the day before the winter storm came in, it was 71 degrees.
Yeah.
And then the storm blows in. Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah. But we made it. I haven't been outside since last Sunday or Saturday, probably.
What?
Rookie.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Clay's like, I haven't been outside since 2020.
Normally, I get one outside day for sure every week on Wednesdays, right, when I go pick up my comics.
Yeah.
But because it was going to start raining and I wanted to get through work relatively early, I didn't go get comics. And I was like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and do it. But it looks like we're not alone. Yeah, outside. Ew.
I cannot go. I can't
Ew.
go a day if I don't go outside. I got to get some outside exposure. I'm gonna go nuts.
Is the outside of the place with people? Not a fan. Sometimes the inside also has people.
I've been reading Station 11, so I treat everyone like it's the post-apocalypse, and I don't know if they're safe or not.
Oh, jeez.
Station
well-
11's become a documentary all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Everything's
it's really close. It's scary.
I hate that everything's become a documentary. Like all these dystopian futures. But
At
that's
least
not why
it's
we're here.
not Alien or Blade Runner. Wait,
Not yet.
maybe Blade Runner.
Oh man, Alien would be cool though.
What? Yeah, I want to wake up to a haze fog on
Wait,
my
what?
face.
I mean, yeah, I'm not an alien. Never mind. Don't. Let's see. My work gave me. Oh my god, I'm so
That's-
sorry.
That is the worst bonus ever.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, we hope you're feeling good. Better.
Ainsley,
if
where
not-
are you?
Yeah, where are
Yeah,
you located?
that's a
Ainsley?
lot of snow.
That's a lot of snow. I don't.
Yeah.
That is
Like,
a
If
lot
we
of
ever got
snow.
12 inches of
That's
snow,
like
I
three-
would.
Cleveland, New York.
3 years of Texas snow.
I would never see you guys again if we ever got 12 inches of snow at that point.
Well, I started making jokes. Just my friend Brian moved up with his wife to her parents up in Buffalo this past June, and I'm thinking it's his first time dealing with like up north snow, and I'm just wondering how he's dealing with. I wonder.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah, these offices wondering why people like they don't want to come back to work or blame,
Yeah,
blame,
I would be in HR every day and
Yeah.
go, why are we not working from home?
yeah, blame the millennials all you want on like people not wanting to go back to work. Maybe everybody's just kind of realizing that companies suck ass.
Uh-oh, we got
Indiana.
someone-
Okay, cool.
A Pawnee.
I should have played the Parks and Rec entrance.
Wow. Okay, it makes sense in the end.
No, well,
Yeah.
no, well, no. All right. Well, Clay had a great segue, but then we just brushed right past it. So we'll just go back to our previously on next issue where we talk about stuff we've been watching, reading, doing, which has been a lot, guys. Let me tell you. I was with my buddies over at I Freaking Love Comics on Friday for a stream, and we were talking about how good comics have been this year.
Oh yeah.
Like just super solid. Everything that's coming out is just fucking fantastic. I mean, not everything, but at least everything I'm reading.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only picking up fun stuff because when
Yeah.
like the X-Men has kind of been a lot
Yeah,
for this new transition, but like if you look at Avengers, that book is awesome. Avengers Forever is a
Yeah.
fantastic book. You got the Aarons on it, Aaron Cooter on art.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's only been a couple of issues of that book, but I love it.
Cool. Well, Clay, just go ahead and keep going. Well, we'll just start with you since
Okay.
we already started talking about some of that stuff.
Yeah, the new Avengers book, I'm totally digging. I'm trying to pull a copy over here. Avengers
Oh my
Forever, Jason Aaron,
Oh,
and Aaron Cooter on art. I loved his run on Guardians, and some of the covers Aaron did are fantastic. So I'm looking forward to this run and hopefully get some wild, fantastic covers from him as well.
yeah.
Wait, is Pawnee actually a real place?
No. Well, there are Pawnee cities, but not a Pawnee, Indiana.
Well, I only asked because somebody in the chat goes, Pawnee is such a beautiful place. My family has a summer home out there.
I think they're maybe just pulling our leg.
There is a Pawnee, Texas.
I bet that is a beautiful place. Okay, Josh will be right back. He actually was taken over by an alien. He saw that he didn't have a belly button, so he went to check on that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Even
Hey, Josh.
Sorry.
Yes, Buffy comics. Read The Last Vampire Slayer. Holy shit,
yeah.
so good.
Also, Prey was pretty good. The one where the future vampire hunter, it was a Dark Horse book put out a while back. If you can find the trade on that, I usually find that one on sale a lot. That's a pretty good read.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, Wastelanders is a book this week that I've been digging from the podcast. Usually the podcast stuff, I don't dig the books as much. And these books are really good.
They really are.
Yeah.
I hope they keep going with that world.
Yeah, that's one world that's real. That's weird because the people they put on writing that story, it seemed a little more uplifting. Stephen DeKnight was on there. He was the showrunner for Daredevil season 1. He did the last story. I believe it was a Black Widow story. I got the matching covers for Old Man, Hawkeye, Logan,
Doom.
Ugh. Everything's so far away. Oh, I misplaced them. Oh. Yeah, they're not here. Dang it.
That's all right, Clay.
Ugh.
I'll look for them on the internet.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who did those covers.
Was it the black and white ones?
No.
Oh, okay.
Damn it. Here they are.
Oh, hold on. Let me make you large so people can see that.
Ooh,
Oh, those
Jackman.
are dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love these covers, and these one-shot stories are awesome.
Oh, okay, they did do black and white of those because I saw them at the shop.
Okay. I was surprising how uplifting the Star-Lord one was, because his story has been pretty rough the last couple of Wastelanders.
Yeah, Ainsley, I think they're all a lot of fun. I like the Wastelands a lot.
It's weird because they start off really dark, and these were kind of hopeful. I mean, the Star-Lord one was very hopeful, a very hopeful ending. I really am enjoying that place, even though it's a dark dystopian place. This last turn seems like it's a little more hopeful. There's some changes in this world, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Avengers of the Wasteland I have not read yet, and I've heard that's pretty great. So
yeah, that one's where they kind of reassemble. It's hard to tell the timeline. I think all these books happened before that, Clay, mainly because the Hulkling is still a baby.
Oh yeah, okay.
So cool. I don't know what happened to Kyle. You guys need to get your shit together. We have an actual audience today.
I wasn't prepared for that. I mean, 500 subscribers, but not everyone's awake on Sunday morning.
So is StreamYard acting up? Because it's like real clunky on my end, and I thought it might be my headphones, but I took still.
I don't think so.
Choppy.
I don't think it's okay for me, but
there's just a little bit for me, but not much.
Okay. If we get more patrons, we can upgrade to that nice 1080p one. That they.
No one needs to see that much of this.
4K, yeah, okay. The robot says we sound good on there, and thank you.
Good deal.
No, it is nice to have the audience let us know, like, you guys are doing all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine. Instant feedback instead of waiting for like when I put out the audio podcast, like, oh yeah, this didn't sound as good as we thought.
Right.
So, what other books were y'all talking about that were so fun this year? You got to be talking Tom Taylor.
Yeah, Superman and
Nightwing.
Really any of his books, like Son of Kal-El, Superman. I think that book is a lot of fun. I'm really, really enjoying it.
Kyle's back.
Yep.
Everything.
Also, and then speaking of Tom Taylor, also the Dark Knights of Steel.
Yeah, I read that.
I see that's on your list, Kyle. I mean, you're caught up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a fun book. Like it's interesting. I really like what they're doing. Like it's weird takes. Maybe they don't go as deep into the characters as we would want, but I mean, it's the 12-issue series. We still have a lot of time to kind of delve into all that.
We finally get who like the Green Lantern is. Bruce finally learns his history.
We learn about actually Bruce's history, which is
that's what I meant. Bruce's. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Like so, it's cool. I really love that book so far. Well, let's go back to you, Clay, and then we'll kind of keep talking more about.
Sorry, just books. Grabbing a bite to eat.
No, it's
I was
all good.
so late this morning.
It's all right.
Also, anyone reading Devil's Reign?
Yes.
Okay, I'm up to the 3rd issue on that. I'm thinking about picking it. I hate that I hate event books, and that I'm really into this one because it's Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah.
And like looking at the one shots, I think you read one of the one shot, or you posted something about one of the one shots.
I did. Let me tell you, that Winter
And-
Soldier one shot.
That was it.
Oh my god.
Really good, huh?
It's really good because it ties up really good into the story, but also this team is going to be getting. They're going to be taking over one of the Captain America books in April.
Oh wow.
I think it's Colin Kelly and Lansing who has been doing. Also, I save the butt stuff for when I'm on other people's
I
streams.
think that's a
so-
different podcast.
Well, the problem is, so I was on, like I said, I was a guest on their stream on Friday, and immediately we talked about butt stuff and stuff. But this is a morning podcast, so this is a little bit different flavor,
This is
if you will.
not a hard R rating, but
Mhm.
adults only.
Wait. Are you saying that's exclusively for the evening? Like I'm just trying to keep track of stuff. So
Yeah, look, whenever you have the time, I guess. It's a 24-hour cycle nowadays. The most R-rated we'll get is that there'll be a haunted vagina somewhere
Yeah.
That's true.
throughout the stream. So that's about it.
Or Josh loving fisting.
DC has the haunted tank. We have the haunted vagina.
Oh, that's right. We do have.
I'd sure like to fist him.
Sorry, quick. You go
It's
ahead.
all right. We had to break for a fisto. I'm loving Devil's Reign. I'm just digging. I hate that I go back on what I say about event books, but when they're fun, they're fun.
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing that from this year that's been fun. Are you reading DC versus Vampires?
Yes.
No, I need to read that. I forgot all about that.
Oh,
Dude,
Dude.
the art in that book is insane. It's
Otto Schmidt.
Otto Schmidt, and it's just every DC villain. You don't know who's a vampire and who's not, and so that's how it plays out a lot in the book. So you see friendships become battles.
Yeah.
You see people questioning each other. I love that part of the book. But the
first
art
issue-
is fantastic.
Dude, the first issue starts with like they dive into like the most deep of it, like with the one person that I guess gets blended up, I'll say. And yeah, it's really good. Really, really, really good. Matthew Rosenberg and James Tynion are co-writing that.
Yeah.
12-issue series. Really excited. So
Yeah, James Tynion gives it that dark edge. I feel like Rosenberg brings you in with the good warmth of a team, and then Tynion turns it on you and makes you feel bad
that's right.
as you watch a Green Lantern and Flash duke it out with vampire powers.
Yeah, especially because they play a lot on like the personal relationships between these characters, right?
Yeah, I feel like Rosenberg just puts together a real nice friendship and then gives it to Tynion to just rip apart and just and that's what I'm loving about this book is taking that knowledge into each story.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's the cool part. Like these books, they feel like the people that are writing them and working on them, they love these characters and they've grown up. Like, I don't know, I guess that's the cool thing about the people making comics now. They grew up reading and enjoying comics. So like they also want to make cool stuff that we all enjoy. So
Who else are y'all talking about that was fun? I mean, art wise, because we dip into a lot of the stories, but
let me see.
like I said, I'm so excited for Aaron Cooter's run on Avengers Forever. Whose art are you guys digging right now?
Oh, well, the artist on Dark Knights of Steel, Yasmin Putri.
Oh, okay.
Fucking, I love it. I love the art. It's also really interesting to see Ivan Reis is back on Detective Comics, which I'm like, holy shit. Ivan Reis is like classic dude, man.
Yeah, that's incredible artwork to be put on a detective book.
Yeah, so it's interesting because we get some new artists and then some like old school artists. Just like we had Ron Mars and Ron Lim doing Silver Surfer again.
Yeah. I do love the nostalgic bit of member berries, but I still, they were a great team. That's why you want to pick that book up. Let's see here. What else did I go through? Oh, for my other podcast I do with Mark, we're discussing the movies of 1967. and I picked The Graduate because I had never seen it.
Wait,
And
why? Was that
You
you were
never-
born or?
Seen The Graduate before?
Finally, I got a reaction from Josh.
No.
Well, I
I've
mean,
never seen it either.
Wow.
Okay, wait, hang on.
Dude,
All right,
you would love it.
First
It
off,
is so good.
this is Bizarro World. Typically, I'm the one saying this, and you guys are
Josh.
like, "What? You've never seen The Graduate? This is nuts."
I had never seen it
breaking-
until last night,
breaking
and it
news.
was a blast.
I've never seen The Graduate before.
What made you choose 67 though?
We're doing the films of our generation, so we're starting with 1965 and going up to now. So we pick a film. I'm going to start picking a film I've seen and one I haven't seen, because I was doing alternating years. And then Shelby joined in, and we watched Valley of the Dolls, which is insane movie. So both of those I highly recommend. So if you've never seen The Graduate, Kyle, Daniel, the rest of the
I mean,
show
there's-
that's not Josh.
There's at least like 3 Simpsons episodes that will make more sense once you've seen The
Well,
Graduate.
that would require me to actually watch The Simpsons. I haven't watched it since season 5. It's kind of gotten overrated.
Oh wait, hang on. There are some solid episodes in season.
It's like SNL. There's a gem every 19 episodes, and the rest is crap.
I
can see that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think they're. I think the Simpsons have overextended their stay. Like, I think they're past when they should have been. I think they jumped the shark a long time ago.
I
don't
think that
so.
if you've never seen Homer versus the City of New York, your life is incomplete. That is my all-time favorite Simpsons episode. That's
Well-
season 8 or 9.
Luckily,
Somewhere
we
around
have. Luckily, Disney Plus has all the Simpsons, so I can go pick up. Just tell me which episodes I need to watch, and I can do that.
Go watch Homer versus City of New York. It's
Okay.
I mean you'll get a little verklempt because the Twin Towers appear in it. But
No,
I mean that's how far back it goes.
Yeah.
It's pre-2001.
I'm still watching movies and like seeing some weird like shows that were like only one season on like Tubi and Crackle, and of course it's in New York, Pride 2011, so there's always the Twin
Yeah.
Towers, so it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Just want to
Anyway,
address
sorry,
this. Yes, Lee Garber on art for Doctor Strange was. If you haven't read The Death of Doctor Strange, it's one of my favorite things. Like all the time, most of the times are fun. I made a video of like what happened because it's setting up the new Doctor Strange stuff that's gonna be coming out in, I think, April as well. Like there's a lot of new stuff coming out in April. I guess that's when comics reset, like the next season starts.
The next reboot.
Yeah. But I made a video about the whole event, but go read it. It's so much fun. It should almost be all of it on Marvel Unlimited if you have that. And it should be out on like collected soon on like Hoopla and stuff like that. So, but yes, sorry, Clay, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I really enjoyed Valley of the Dolls. It was a very strange, weird, campy movie, but it's so funny to watch. And I got to tell you, the 2 DVDs that Shelby picked up had tons of extras. The first one on, oh my God, the Graduate comes with the soundtrack on a disc and a live performance of,
Oh, Sharon Tate is in that movie.
yeah, Simon Garfunkel.
Bridge Over Troubled Waters? No, it's not Bridge Over Troubled Waters, is it?
No, it's God, it's really the Sound of Silence, Mrs. Robinson, Scarborough Fair,
Nice
and-
Scarborough.
and April.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a DVD, it had like a lot of extras. I mean, even the concert was pretty neat.
Amazing.
And two
Whoops. Sorry.
two commentary tracks. Now, Valley of the Dolls is batshit insane, and I highly recommend it because it is so insane. It is just about drugs. The dolls are pills and what was used in Hollywood for actresses to stay thin, to stay up, to stay active. And it's kind of got a weird history because it's very campy, but it kind of targets actresses of this time that were taking pills and getting loaded. It was really kind of a story about like Judy Garland and some of the actresses of that time. And Judy Garland had been cast in this for a while, but her drug abuse became a problem. And so they went with the cast that they have, and it is pretty insane. The special features on here that I love the most is that because this was so campy, there was a live stage show that was done. I believe it's in LA, and Meredith from The Office was one of the stars in it. So she's on the documentary talking about Valley of the Dolls and her role in it. Because they've had different actors play roles and do stage performances of this. And it is, I mean, really an amazing movie. It has the best ending of any movie I've ever seen in my life. I'm not
and you watch Endgame all the time. So
and I watch Endgame all the time. So watching the end of Valley of the Dolls is the equivalent of seeing Captain America pick up Mjolnir.
Can I propose just at some point for fun? You take that footage of the audience watching Endgame, put Valley of the Dolls on the screen, just the end of it. So
the bar reaction.
Yeah.
Just really quickly. Sorry, I just want to touch. Yes, there's a lot of really good one shots that some characters that we don't see a lot in the Death of Doctor Strange. Sorry, I'm not used to having this many people in the chat. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying seeing their comments.
For my other podcast with Mark, Unsocial Spectators, available everywhere. We're reviewing those movies, and so going into next week, we're going to pick out a couple of movies from 1968, and I think one of them we're going with for sure. Shelby wants to rewatch Barbarella. We got the steelbook of that.
Oh, dude, Barbarella.
Yes, the movie that brought us Duran Duran.
Yes, that's true.
Thank you, Jimmy Nails.
Cool. All right.
See.
What else, Clay?
Any
more recent movies?
No, everything's been a rewatch. The coolest thing I saw on Shudder was Woodlands, Dark, and Days Bewitched: A History of Folk Horror. Now, if you're a horror fan, this is a commitment because this is like a 3-hour documentary, but it's that good. Like, it really goes into folk horror and scary shit. And I mean, for a horror documentary, it's fantastic and worth sitting through. Let's see here.
Yeah, Clay's the Shudder guy for those that are new to the live streams.
Yeah, I know Legoland. She's a Shudder, or she's a horror person. So is she in the chat?
No,
she hasn't
not
seen
today.
that. I recommend it.
Shout out. Oh yeah, I let her
know. Let's see here. Yeah, everything's been a rewatch. I've been rewatching Psych. I rewatched Kong vs. Godzilla. I rewatched Garth Marenghi's Dark Place and streamed the whole thing. And
yes, I mean, it's only 6 episodes. You can blow through it in like an afternoon, but
yeah,
so good. I love Garth Marenghi.
Yeah, if you enjoy What We Do in the Shadows.
So wait, we are pro. This is a pro Simpsons podcast.
Yes.
It's very pro Simpsons.
There's only one person.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, there's a hater for everybody on this, or there's something that each one of us hate that the other ones like in this show. We've already proven that.
Clay does have killer taste. That's why we keep him around.
That's right. I bring the weird, man, and I swear to you, I will.
Oh.
This is so fucking weird, but awesome.
I just added it to my Letterboxd watch list. I gotta, because I have not seen Valley of the Dolls. I've heard of it, and the book it's based on, right?
Yeah. I think it's worth revisiting on the show if you guys want to talk about it. But I'll be right back.
Cool. We keeping our subscriber. All right.
Real quick for the people, I think I brought up on the show before. Anybody who likes Psych, there's also the Psych podcast, which has Maggie Lawson and Timothy Amundsen as they go back and rewatch all the episodes, which has been kind of fun to be listening to. So
that's fun. I love like Ainsley said, we love Psych too.
Yeah.
I'm glad to keep doing movies like this. I think that's just a place, that's just a fun place to keep watching that, like to keep, it's a good way to keep the show alive without having the commitment of like a complete season or whatever.
Yeah.
And to answer Jimmy Nail's question in chat, no, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place weirdly is on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
It's been so hard to find for so long. It might also be on Shudder, and I just may not know. I don't subscribe to it, but I'm pretty sure it's on Peacock. I'll double check.
Cool. while Clay gets back, let me address some of the stuff I've seen. That's completely different. No horror this week.
Oh.
Well, a little bit of horror actually, but I did watch some movies. American Underdog. That's the Kurt Warner movie that came out in the winter. It's finally out on streaming, so I was able to check that out. I also, well, I guess I do want to talk about this when Clay's here because, oh no, this is Josh's favorite Shakespeare movie. Never mind. Is it on there? Okay, cool.
Yep, it's on Peacock.
I also watched Much Ado About Nothing.
Yes,
Which one?
1993.
The one with Keanu Reeves?
1993.
Okay.
93, the Branagh.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh's.
Never saw it.
I was telling Josh when we were right before the show.
Fantastic.
I only
Yeah.
watched this movie because there was a shot I was on TikTok, and I saw a shot of Keanu and Denzel and Kenneth Branagh just kind of all walking down the hallway or whatever.
Mhm.
And I was like, "What's happening? What is this? Why are these people all in the same movie together?" So I looked it up. I saw that it was that movie, and yeah, I mean it's Shakespeare. Like, I don't know, it's really well done. It's not my favorite stuff. Also, yes,
Absolutely agree, Ainsley. Yep, it is. It is my. I will respectfully disagree about Keanu in that movie, but it's the only Keanu Reeves role I do not care for.
but he looks
But-
great.
Yeah,
Also, James Spencer from House. If you ever watch,
Yep.
fans of House, it really, you know what? Like, and as I get, as I finished watching the movie, I was like, oh, this movie was like, it's what they call like first world problems, I guess, almost, right? I guess that's the updated version of that Much Ado About Nothing saying.
right.
But yeah, it was cool. Like, it was an interesting watch. So that's,
And I just like our audience to know that, as with every comics podcast, the pre-show is just us talking about Shakespeare. So,
yep. I don't know how other podcasts prep, but we figured that was the best way to do it.
that's how we roll. I mean, this is what we do here.
I also watched the 355. That's the new movie with like a bunch of agents from all over the world that get together to solve one thing. It is a Simon Kinberg film, which like really had me. It was a little, daunting to get to watch it because I was like, oh man, like, Simon Kinberg, he's already ruined a bunch of stuff. Mainly Dark Phoenix related. But it was fun. It was fun. I mean, all these ladies are great at what they do, so like they bring fun. The action's great. The movie's a little long. I don't know why they make movies like this 2 hours. They should be 90 minutes. Because that's the perfect runtime. Like, my only complaint about this movie was that they get to a point where it looks like they solved the issue, but then they didn't solve the issue. And I'm like, but they do that twice. And I'm like, you should have only done it once.
Yeah, you get that one time. If
Yeah,
you do
you
it
get that one
twice,
time.
you're just
But yeah, the cast, I mean, come on.
yeah. That's amazing.
So yeah, it's on video on demand. It definitely was a banger. I wanted to watch it in the theater, but no theaters further than my superhero movies for now. So the next one's definitely the Batman.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I'm fully expecting to vicariously experience that movie through you, Daniel. So
Oh, Josh, I'm gonna be the worst in March. Let's see. Also, there's a new show on Netflix called Murderville.
yeah, how is that? I'm really
It's
interested.
so much fun. It's
Is
so
it?
much
Okay.
fun. Oh god.
Right.
The premise of the show is it's a scripted show with Will Arnett as the
yeah.
lead. Hold on. Yes. Yes, me too. Me too. Will Arnett, he's the lead of the show. He's a detective, he's a homicide detective. And every episode they bring in a celebrity partner for him, but this partner, they never give him a script, so they have to improvise their way through the show and figure out who the killer is.
I am
So-
so into this.
It's like a mockumentary, or is this actually like an actual show?
It's a scripted show, but everyone but the guest has the script, so they have to
Oh, this
improvise
is
their way
great.
through the show and
Okay.
figure out the killer.
Did they give a reason why he has a new partner every episode, or?
No, it's just he's like this gruff detective that loves to work by alone. So,
Okay.
so yeah, and I've only watched 3. The first guest was what's his name? Oh, Conan O'Brien was the first guest.
Oh my God!
I am
Marshawn
so
Lynch.
into this.
Marshawn Lynch was the second guest, and have you seen him in Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch was the Seattle running back. He's
Yes.
fucking hilarious. He's hilarious. The third guest is Kumail Nanjiani.
Really?
Also,
Nice.
also amazing. These are like 30 minutes. So yes,
Excellent.
it's
New dinner time show to watch.
yes. If you need something to like take your mind off stuff, and it's perfect. There's only 6 episodes. Ken Jeong is in one of the later episodes. I haven't seen all of it, but I really enjoyed it more than. It's just really funny because these people are really good at improv, and even if they're not, like it makes for comedic situations.
Yeah.
The funniest part is watching the people that are the actors break, not so much the guest.
Is it a comedy in any sort, or?
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a
Oh,
comedy,
okay,
yeah.
okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah,
It's on
It
what?
has to be.
it's on Netflix.
Netflix. All right.
Yeah, it is a little formulaic. So if you don't want to see the same, like it's literally the same premise almost over and over again.
Okay.
So it would be an interesting binge. Although I did watch 3 in a row, and it felt kind of like watching the same skit but with different reactions. I guess it's kind of like watching Whose Line Is It Anyways? Multiple like different episodes of Whose Line Is It Anyways?
Okay.
So, yes, the after party keeps being on the things on my list that I'm like. I watched the first episode and I was like, "Oh, this is fun." Hey, Clay's back. And yeah, and then the other thing on the other side of Netflix, I watched All of Us Are Dead. It's a Korean zombie show. I watched the first episode last week for our show. Guys, this show is fucking bananas. Like Korean horror is just freaking
Crazy.
good right now. I mean, a lot of their content, but what makes this a little bit different is that these are all like high school students that everything's happening to, and you kind of like get to know them and figure out like, okay, they're in this high school, but the zombies are, oh man, they must have gotten like contortionists or something because it's so visceral, like the way they move around and the sounds they make. It's really well done. It's really well done show. It's 12 episodes, about an hour each. So, but there's a lot of character development. There's a lot of like cool zombie kills. There's a lot of death of people that you may like. So don't get attached to anyone.
That's what zombies are for.
Yes, Koreans. Yeah, anything they're making out of South Korea has been really cool over the past few years. Like we had Squid Games last year. We have this. There's a show called The Kingdom, I think, that's also based on a manga that's been adapted. That I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they don't remake some of these because these are good as like I watch these in English. I watch the dub and they're fine. Like there's nothing like it doesn't bother me that they're dubbed. I guess.
Yeah, I don't mind dubs either.
I have a hard time doing. I have to watch in the original format on a rare occasion. But I started watching anime and the Chinese kung fu films so young. I have to be in the original format to actually enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I get it. Just from your history with
I hate to say I'm not trying to call myself a purist, but just that's how I enjoy it. Is watching the original format.
Oh, I don't know what Lawless Lawyer is. I'm gonna check that out.
I don't either.
Clay, you wanna continue on your stuff while I look that up, and then because the only stuff I have left is comics, but I also see Kyle has a bunch of comics, so maybe we'll do that, and I'll jump in as he's talking.
Yeah, I just had one other thing. I was solo playing a card game. I got at Urban Legends. It was $15.
Hold on, let me make you bigger.
Make me giant, man.
All right.
It's awesome little deck game for $15. You can you play through it one time because it's a murder mystery, but the deck the cards are in numbered order, and Josh will be getting this in the mail with his stickers this week, so he can play through it. So
Nice.
if we want to do a round robin with this, everyone can play. You can play one time.
Right.
It-
So
it
there's
has-
no replay value.
There's no replay value, so you just send it off to the next person.
Oh, that would be
Oh.
fun. Like to start a chain game.
Yeah.
like, where you just send it off to somebody else.
Okay.
And the cool part is this is a solo game, so you can play by yourself or you can play with other people because it's a murder mystery. The more people you can talk and go at clues, it would have been fun to have that ability.
How long does it take?
About an hour.
Okay.
I mean, it was just me by myself, and I was really trying to focus and on my pain medication. That's really hard. So you're trying to solve a mystery with just you get clues. And you have to discard some and keep some. And basically at the end, you have a point system for who you think killed or who kidnapped her. And you basically have about 10 questions at the end that give you a point system on how you did and rate you. It was $15 for the game. Totally worth it. It was fun. I've been trying to get into solo board gaming, so this was my first reach, and it was pretty cool. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't have a replay ability, but then I can send it off to someone else to play. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's true.
Real
Yeah.
quick, this is Lawless Lawyer. It looks cool. Like that's a good looking poster.
yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't delved into other aspects of like most of the Korean stuff I've watched is horror or like a thriller. This looks just like a more of a drama, so maybe I'll check it out if it's on Netflix. They've yet to fail me.
I don't know. We got rid of Netflix a few weeks ago because they've just been. There's nothing that I go to it and am excited about coming back except Stranger Things.
Oh well, we were just talking about Murderville.
Oh yeah,
Murderville, yeah.
Yeah, that
Was
was
it good?
really good. But it's only 6 episodes, so I don't know if it's like worth a whole sub just to watch.
I'm not paying for it, but Netflix has got rid of at least 4 series that I keep going to, and they got rid of almost all the. Well, they got rid of all the Star Trek stuff on there. Now everything's like going to be on.
Paramount.
Is it on Paramount Plus?
Yeah, I'm just like I don't want to have to pay for it, but they got all the new stuff coming up pretty soon, so it
I'll
might
have
be
to
worth
get
it.
Paramount when Halo comes out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Paramount pretty soon.
Yeah, me too. And
Strange New Worlds.
I mean, I'm not paying for it. I got the year free through T-Mobile. It was one of the
Oh.
T-Mobile Tuesday deals.
Nice.
That is a good deal.
So yeah.
oh yeah, I did see this news. Maybe I'll look for the news and then maybe we can talk about it. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's a High Republic show. Yep. Let me look for the news. Well, I'll pull it up when we do our freeform discussion.
I don't want Stranger Things in space.
Yeah, you do. You don't know that you do.
Isn't Stranger Things in space just Alien? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Or you just I don't know. I'm curious, but it's in the Star Wars universe. It depends on who's running that show, whether I'd watch it.
I mean, I will say of the genres that Star Wars has tackled, they haven't really done horror. So I would be interested to see
True.
that approach, right?
Yeah.
Watching
There
us-
was now there was a I think it was called Dark Troopers, but I know there's a Dark Trooper, maybe it was Death Troopers, where they were the zombie stormtrooper book.
Oh,
It came out like a while back, but yeah, that was the first horror or hint of horror I ever saw from Star Wars.
right. Okay. And even as I said, there hadn't been any. I figured there may have been some novels or something or some comics that attempted that, but nothing big that I
Yeah.
can think of. So
I don't know. It was
Right,
kind of.
oh.
So I've been rewatching the Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, Death Troopers. There it is. Yeah, that one.
looks dope.
Yeah, it looks dope as hell. I've never read it, so that's the only thing that I know that has been close to horror for Star Wars.
I love
Red
Book of
Harvest.
Boba Fett, but it's becoming it's more like it's becoming the Mandalorian show now. With, the Mandalorian, the last 2 episodes.
Well, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
get into them later for spoilers, so we don't spoil anyone. But yeah,
I've been rewatching it and I love it. So I don't know what people are complaining about, saying, that I've just been reading complaints about Boba Fett.
All I'm going to say is this, and this isn't spoiling anything. It's just in the last episode, Luke is a dick. Oh my god, he's a dick.
That comes as no surprise. Luke, I think in almost every film, Luke has been a dick at some point.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, no, fuck him.
He's still upset about not getting to go to Tashi Station.
God damn, you didn't do it. That was what I was thinking.
That's the
All
one
right.
thing that he carries forever. If I had just gone to Tashi Station.
You know, in the original theatrical cut of Star Wars, when he's brooding over watching his aunt and uncle's smoldering bodies, if you look at his mouth very carefully, you can see him mouth the words, "I just wanted to go to Tachi Station." But they removed that in the later ones. So
That's in the special edition.
yeah, that was a very tortured setup. You're welcome.
All right. Clay, you got anything else?
No. I mean, really, the stuff I've been rewatching, King of the Hill has just been a home run.
I was
And
like, what the hell is KOTH?
I thought it was Knights of the Old Republic. So
The thing I'm looking forward to is I know Greg Daniels is rebooting this, or not rebooting, but bringing back King of the Hill.
They're trying to find it. They're trying to find a studio that'll cover it. It's not officially just yet.
Yeah, but they created a studio to make it. So
Yeah, but
Greg,
they gotta get the
Greg
funding.
Daniels and Mike Judge are put together an animation studio just to reboot this. So I feel like they're all in.
Well, they're also bringing back Beavis and Butthead, but not as the young little. They're going to be like older and like they're 40 or 50-year-old selves. Like I think Butthead's supposed to, like the designs I've seen, Butthead's supposed to be like fat and Beavis is just like really thin and old and wrinkly. It's just like I wonder how this is going to go.
Yeah, I don't know. I always loved just their dumb commentary on life because I felt like it was like the stupidest kids out there. Yes, Bobby.
So here's the thing. I never cared for Beavis and Butthead. I love King of the Hill. I just,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, see, there's always one person who's going to hate on something.
No, I also didn't. I feel the same way.
I don't hate it. It never struck me. But
It was
Love King of
my
the Hill.
jam back in '93 when I first saw it on MTV.
I knew those kids growing up. I mean, just metalheads and dumb as shit. Yeah. They would
Alright,
be the ones that would dare you to lick a toad.
Well, Clay's gonna tweet out some of his favorite King of the Hill episodes for everyone's pleasure to watch.
But I'm excited they're bringing that back. I mean, that's
that'd be cool.
We talked about The Simpsons earlier, lasting this long. King of the Hill updating and having Bobby older and all the characters they're gonna.
It's
the only thing is like what's his name? Gribble would not be as fun of a character nowadays.
Yeah, but you have to change him up. You have to.
it's going to be
make
sad
him
though,
different.
but we're not going to have two of the original voice actors anymore.
Unless
Yeah,
they
I
go
know, that
with
is a bummer.
Dale, he realizes like the error of his ways because of all these people that are now like
yeah,
conspiracy
like him.
nuts or whatever.
yep.
And
They
he's like,
could-
oh shit,
I mean-
was I like that? Is that what I?
They do that, or he just goes further down the rabbit hole,
Oh.
and it becomes a satire to like the an even greater degree. So
Yeah. And I was watching it and just enjoying Dale. But there's an episode where John Redcorn, Dale helps John Redcorn get Freedom of Information documentation to take back the land in Ireland. So
Dale's too paranoid to trust you.
Just you.
if anything, Dale would be Q.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
He would create his own conspiracies.
no,
It would be great.
We would know who everyone voted for.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
man,
so
I'm pretty
funny to
sure I
watch.
need.
There's an episode where they go to a George W. Bush rally, and then he shakes his hand and it's limp wristed, and he's like so confused, doesn't know what to do, doesn't know how to vote from
I remember
that limp wristed handshake, and then he goes back and watches other people shake Bush's hands.
Mhm.
And it's just as disappointing. He goes and he sees everyone's disappointment. He goes, excitement, disappointment, excitement, disappointment.
Remember when George W. moved across the street from The Simpsons?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, they've done it all.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Josh, let's hit some of your stuff, and then we'll go to Kyle, and then I'll finish up my comics.
Okay. I mean, I don't have much. I really weirdly didn't do a lot except play video games during the snowstorm.
That's something. That
It is.
counts.
I played
Yeah.
like 4 hours of Elder Scrolls Online, but hang on, I gotta bring my notes up.
Then meanwhile,
I
Dale starts like in Q. He falls for it. Chooses to ignore the racism, but then shows up to the DC and freaks out and hides the whole time.
That would be the best first episode. Is they have to go to DC to get Dale because he's still hiding.
that's okay. Robo Strange, you need to pitch that. That's
Yeah.
solid right there.
Dale is still in Nancy Pelosi's office hiding in one of her drawers.
Jesus.
Oh my
Um,
god.
So
I think, though, talking about it though, I want to see an adult Bobby.
yeah,
I want to see
Same.
him try to
Same.
raise a child and go to his dad for help on how to raise a kid that maybe he can't relate to.
No, it's gonna be Bobby's kid going to going to his grandfather. Hey, how do I relate to my dad?
yeah, exactly.
Dude, I think Khan's the one character you can't bring back. You just let him pass. He's an old man. If Bobby's gonna be an adult,
I think you
Khan
can,
Khan.
but you got to have him done by an Asian actor. That
Yeah.
that would be. I think you can still have Khan in there.
no, not Khan. Cotton.
The girl,
Hank's
his
dad. Hank's
girlfriend.
dad. No,
Oh,
Hank.
Cotton.
oh,
Cotton.
Oh,
Cotton.
God.
Right. Okay.
Cotton.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Okay.
Cotton died in the show.
Did
he
he?
might have. I don't know.
he might have.
His
I
shins
still-
did.
I still love the episode. I rewatched it recently. Is when Hank goes to Japan and finds that he has a half brother.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I don't want Luann passing. I want a happy ending out for Luann. I want Luann to have moved, have whatever life she has, and it be a happy ending. I don't want
Would
Luann to have a.
Would it
sad
be
story.
wrong for them to cast somebody else to voice the characters?
Yeah.
I would think so.
I mean, I don't know. Just Brittany Murphy just had such a sad passing and sad
Yeah,
story. I
that's
mean,
true.
I like one of my Patreons I posted about. She did a video on Brittany Murphy, and it's just one of the saddest things. And when you watch King of the Hill, you get so much joy from Luann.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't. Like
Oh fuck no!
no, I don't like this.
James Gordon is not allowed on my TV.
Anyway.
I would. Oh, sorry. Anyway,
No, go
Well,
ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
This week on the
This
King of
is
the Hill
our King of the Hill
podcast. So, yeah. So the only comic I read this week was because I'm trying to get into Department of Truth. So
Speaking of Del Gribble,
yeah. So I read issue 2. And it's good. I like it. The thing I really dig about it is the first art that I've seen in a while that takes me back to 90s Vertigo. You know, I mean, there are artists that work in that vein, like oh god, I just blanked on his name.
what was the artist from Arkham Asylum with
Yeah,
Grant
that was who?
Dave McKean?
Yes, yeah, and so it feels very much like that. It's like it's painted, so I really dig that. Yes, James Corden is adult Stewie Griffin.
That's more like it.
But that's the only comic I read this week. We're continuing to do the Great Doctor Who, Modern Who rewatch, my daughter and I. So we're up to Clara. So we're at the very end, like we're maybe 3 episodes away from the 50th anniversary special. So we're getting there. And by the time we get to season 2 of Capaldi's Doctor, that's basically going to all be new for me. Like I watched season 1 of Capaldi's Doctor. I watched the first few episodes of the current Doctor. And that's about it. So there's a lot of new stuff coming up for me, which I'm excited about.
Nice.
And then finally, I'm reading this interesting book. You know, like if you have Prime on Amazon, one of the things is every month they give you like a selection of free Kindle First ebooks to pick from. Yeah.
Josh, what do you think? Hot take: Matt Smith and
No.
Clara is top tier Doctor Who.
So here's the funny thing. I love both of them. My wife said that as we finished the show last night, she's like, I think Clara's my favorite. So I didn't have a lot of experience with Clara. I saw her in the 50th anniversary, and I really didn't know anything about her. So I'm giving her more time.
Claire's good, but there's still something about Amy and the Doctor that I think still holds a special spot in my heart.
So we ended the Amy and Roy storyline, and here's the thing that struck me
Is that them? Just real quick.
Yeah, that's
okay.
that's
I don't know Doctor Who. I know what Matt Smith.
No, it's fine. But yeah, that's it. And she's fantastic. She's really, really good. Here's the thing that bugs me about Modern Who is up in yes, as G says, deeply personal. Up until, and I'm kind of curious how things resolve with Clara. Up until Clara, every companion has a terrible ending. Like, Rose gets shuttled off to an alternate universe to live with not Doctor.
Catherine doesn't have that bad of an ending. She doesn't get what she wants. The second Tennant companion.
Oh yeah, no. She is the least worst, which is
she doesn't get his love, so she ends up partnering with Rose's ex-boyfriend, or gets together with Rose's ex-boyfriend.
Right. Yeah. So she's got the best so far, right? But then you got Donna, who basically has to forget everything that she lived with the Doctor.
The only good part of her story is the ending.
Yeah, and then you get Amy and Rory, who, again, spoiler, sorry, who basically end up in trapped in a hotel room with the angels to live out the rest of their adult lives together. I mean, it's like nobody except for, and why am I blanking on her name? It's not, God damn it, Martha.
Yeah.
Why did you say that name?
You were just waiting for me to say that, weren't you?
The Matt Hitter's coming for you now.
No,
Yeah.
so this has been the first time that we do a streaming that I felt completely left out because I know nothing about Doctor
Wow.
Who. Nothing.
You
I
should-
know.
Everyone give him a starting point.
No, don't fuck off. Don't.
No,
Janet.
Look. I love classic Who, but I tell everyone start with Modern Who.
Yes.
It just classic Who can be very hard to get into.
Oh,
unless
yeah.
you're really into it. Honestly, what I tell people is watch the original pilot, which is very good. He's just putting up. Daniel's like, I'm not doing this.
What's going to be funny is he's going to go watch it by himself and then have a hot take here in a few weeks and start railing on our opinions.
Okay. So see, Ainsley, I agree with you that Pertwee is a great place to start, but I think for most people, you just got to start with Modern.
I'm with it because I
Christopher
try to.
Eccleston. Start with Christopher Eccleston. It gives you enough.
Yes.
That one season to watch. Right?
Look, there is no better Doctor Who fighting scene than slow-mo Venusian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm totally with you on this, Ainsley. Like, it is perfect.
Yeah, Golden Age comics are tough. A lot of narration.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to get into like old stuff, but if you can watch the newer stuff, it kind of gives you an appreciation to go back and see the older stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And there's little tendrils in there, right? Like when you get to, the Tennant story where Sarah Jane comes back.
Oh,
Yeah.
You get done, you're like, I want to go watch all the classic Sarah Jane stuff. I mean, it's like, 'cause she's so good and tragically passed away.
And to Ainsley's point, though, even in the Christopher Eccleston, you may not know who a Dalek is, but that scene where it first appears, he gives you that moment and that history because he's terrified. To me, Christopher Eccleston brings the history for every time you have to go back to something. David Tennant takes it and runs with it.
Yeah. I will also add and this may just be for Ainsley, if you have not read, oh God, I can't think of any names this morning. Elizabeth Sandifer's TARDIS Eruditorium books. They are amazing. She basically goes from the original first pilot and rewatches them and writes these amazing essays about every story up into the modern era. And most of them are collected as books. You can get per doctor. Some doctors she does 2 books on. So like the 4th Doctor gets 2 books. But they're great. They're amazing, like essays about cultural, response to Doctor Who.
That's all I know about Doctor Who because they're always at the fucking conventions.
Yeah.
Like, they'll just stand there and then they'll move a little. Yeah, that's the only thing. The weeping.
Do y'all have favorite Doctor cosplays? Because I do love the Angels. That's been one of my favorite villains to pop out of the new stuff.
I'm not sure.
I like the Doctor with the really long multicolored scarf. I know you guys know
Tom Baker.
Yeah.
That's classic.
So like I recognize the Doctor when I see it. I tell you that.
Well, all right. So here's my proposal. Since we are celebrating 500 followers, if we hit 750 followers, you've got to start watching Doctor Who, Daniel.
All right, I'll watch.
Wow.
Is there a Doctor Who anime? I would watch the shit out of that.
No. Unfortunately.
No, but I can send you Scream of the Shalko, which is an animated Lost Doctor story.
Oh, maybe I can start with the comics because Jodie Hauser writes those.
Yeah,
and I love her work.
those comics are good.
Yeah,
right?
even the old stuff. I think didn't Alan Moore do
Mhm.
some? And I'm trying to think of some artists that were on. Was Dave Gibbons doing Doctor Who as well? Okay,
I've got it on the shelf behind me. Actually, I've got a classic Doctor Who.
I read this as saying that Ainsley has 13 cosplays, not a 13 cosplay.
The 13th Doctor.
Yeah,
cosplay.
13 Doctor.
Yeah.
Got it.
I do want to say the thing I really like about Modern Who is that it's pretty easy to cosplay as most of the Doctors, right? Like, I could go to my closet and throw together a Tennant Doctor like that, no problem. So,
well, we're about to get our new one here pretty soon. I think they got 2 more episodes and they change into the new Doctor.
yeah, I feel really bad for the 13th Doctor. I feel like she's been amazing. What I've seen of her, and I feel like Chibnall, as the showrunner, has just been so divisive that it's kind of put
Yeah, it kind of feels like the momentum was gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
All right.
We may so at 750 when we hit 750 subscribers, we'll do a Doctor Who show.
Yeah.
And that means I'll have to look into some kind of Doctor Who, either watch something, a movie, or read comics.
No. What 750? You're gonna watch the episodes we tell you to watch. So you get some reference, and then we do an episode your experience.
I guess we are making Clay rewatch Old Boy, so it's only fair.
Yeah.
you're taking something I love and making it into shit, and then serving it.
Real quick.
Okay.
One more comment on Doctor Who.
I love that. I love that. That is a total king move.
Capaldi told wardrobe while they were designing his costume to make it something easy to duplicate.
Was not the biggest Capaldi fan. It wasn't a bad Doctor. Just was not the biggest Capaldi fan.
I only watched the first episode he showed up in, and I've never watched another.
Oh, you should keep watching them. The thing
Matt
about
Smith drove me away from Doctor Who.
Oh no,
Really?
no.
Wow.
I loved Smith after Tennant and Smith, but Tennant's still my Doctor, but I still love the Smith stuff. But yeah, when Capaldi came on, it just kind of not that I hated him, it just I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt
wow.
Smith. Realizing Matt Smith's story wasn't as good as Amy and Rory's was weird because I'd always been used to the Doctor being kind of the lead, and he kind of stepped back and let their story kind of run. I loved Amy and Rory. I loved the Spartan story, him waiting for her for 5,000 years. I mean, all that was great. But
One of my favorite
I mean,
episodes-
I only watched the first Capaldi when he showed up.
Clay, was that because Smith turned out to be a Terminator that it drove you away?
He's just like he's not Tennant, and that's probably what I do is I compare the Doctors like everyone does. Is I love the 9th Doctor. You get to Tennant on the 10th, and he takes over, and I'm like still running because he's fun.
Not an Eccleston fan.
Love
Eccleston,
that.
I
Not an
loved him
Eccleston
because he was
Love
dark. I
The stories
cosplayed
were
with
good.
him.
I'm just not a fan of his.
If you like Eccleston and like me feel like he left the show too early, he's just returned to play the Ninth Doctor for the Big Finish audios.
Yeah.
So there are now like official Eccleston performed Ninth Doctor stories that are brand new, which is quite exciting. So
Yeah.
I will say this: like or hate Smith. One of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who is a Smith episode. It was the one where the TARDIS comes alive. It was written by Neil Gaiman.
yes, that's a good one.
That was
That's
just
a great one.
amazing.
The Doctor's Wife. That's a
Yeah.
fantastic episode.
Yeah. And I like when they take Van Gogh to the museum.
Yeah.
Every time I see that
tear
clip
up
pop
every
up,
time.
I do too. It's just
Yeah.
I'll be sure to be honest. The episode with the angels when Rory and the last episode with Rory and Amy, I cried at the end.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What I'm pissed off is they didn't do that. If you ever go back and see the deleted scene that was supposed to be the ending when his father gets the letter from them talking about how they have. Yeah, so basically it's all they do. They storyboard it out, and they actually have. I want to say Amy doing the narration. Rory's father gets an envelope basically telling his father what happened to them, and say that basically when they were trapped in New York, they adopted a little boy. The letter is delivered by the boy who they adopted. Their son, who's slightly older than Rory's father, but it's basically grandfather getting to meet grandson.
Oh wow.
All right.
And if they had put that in there, oh my god, I was like, why did you not put this in there? Oh, it was I that made me cry too. It was just listening to them narrate the thing and just watching the storyboards happen. But I'm just like, you guys left out something that could have been just such a perfect episode.
Yeah.
Damn, that's gonna be some
well,
homework coming up with just a few episodes for him to
I was
watch.
gonna say I could talk about Doctor Who all day, but
Yeah.
I did want to mention one more thing. So I got a free monthly Prime Kindle first book a couple months ago, and usually like I get them and I choose one and I never read it. Maybe every now and then I'll read one. This one really is caught me though. It's called Murder at Teal's Pond. And I am not a big true crime person, but what I love about this book is this is the murder of a young woman named Hazel Drew that Mark Frost heard about when he was a kid living in the area, and it directly inspired Twin Peaks.
Oh wow.
So it is this young woman who's found floating in water. I mean, again, it's basically the opening of Twin Peaks. And Mark Frost has said, yeah, when I was a kid and we would go to, our like summer home on the lake near where she was found at this pond, my grandmother would tell me the story about the murder of Hazel Drew, and it just stuck with me. And then when he and Lynch were developing Twin Peaks, they pulled from this. So it's not a great book, because there are some moments where I feel like some threads that they've set up are just, kind of falling by the wayside, but it is a true crime book. And so they're kind of pulling from as much direct history as possible. So, it's an Amazon exclusive. So I think even if you didn't get it free, it's only like $5, for the ebook. And it's interesting. It's really interesting. So Murder at Teal's Pond.
Cool.
Oh, Amy Chibi has a question in
Okay.
chat.
Yeah,
Sure.
of course you can
Yeah.
ask something. Anything in chat. Oh my god, somebody from Twitch. Welcome.
Anytime,
Uh,
Amy.
Any questions?
Just drop it in. We'll give our
cool. If you guys in the chat have some recommendations for Doctor Who episodes, drop them in the comments. We'll make up a list.
I'm sitting right here.
Crowdsourcing. I'm just crowdsourcing it. I'm trying to get. Also, come on, Josh. The algorithm. Oh.
His children, do you believe you have gotten along? Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I
Of course.
of
course.
So Daniel was like, I'd really hate that Josh guy.
No, I think we would have gotten along. That's an excellent
Yeah,
question.
it is.
I've never really thought about.
I never had friends who read comics and played board games and stuff, so I always did those things by myself. So to have people to share that with is really cool. In my neighborhood, I had like friends that lived across the street, and we played sports and did a few things, but really they didn't play board games. They didn't play Dungeons and Dragons. I pretty much had to do all that stuff by myself. So
That's interesting because as a child, like I didn't really read comic books. Like
That's right.
until I didn't read comic books till maybe middle school. One of our teachers would reward us, he'd give away comic books.
Oh,
we
cool.
showed
Best
up to, like-
teacher ever, right there.
Yeah, Dr. Irwin, if you're still around there somewhere, thank you. Like he was fantastic. One of the teachers I remember forever because he was
That's
great.
awesome.
He used to be a science teacher, but yeah. So I don't think. I mean, I like genre stuff, but I wasn't really super into it. I did watch a lot of anime because in Mexico that was a big thing. Like the anime that they would just bring in, like Knights of the Zodiac, Dragon Ball, all that stuff. But yeah, I wasn't so much like, I don't know. I guess I've developed more in like what I like now. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, my next door neighbor was this little old lady, Mrs. Brown, who would play dominoes with me. So I would go over there as a kid and just play dominoes or cards or whatever, because she was the only person in the neighborhood that would play games. And I mean, this is like, I had game systems I would play, you know, at the time, Nintendo, Atari.
Yeah.
I'm that old.
I did a lot of arcades too. Like we would go to the little grocery shop, and like they would have like arcades, like the Street Fighter or the Mortal Kombat or something, or X-Men versus Capcom.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Please drop the question, the follow up if you have any. But you guys, Josh, Kyle, were you like reading comics since you were little?
Oh yeah, I started back when I was probably about 7 or 8. Didn't really have many friends that did it, but I mean, then again, I was like, I had friends that like for a while, like 1 or 2 friends that would buy them, and then they fell out of it. So I was the one who kept, collecting them, toys, video games, anime, and then as I started doing the cons, I started to get to know more people, and then finally, when I got high school, I knew a few people that liked the stuff, but not much. But then it was in college. That's when I kind of found, people to kind of really talk to, and really, I really fell down the rabbit hole when I started working at Planet Anime, and that's when I was just like, oh, I found my group.
Yeah. I would say my story is pretty similar to yours, Kyle. Like, as you said that, Clay, it dawned on me that, I've read comics my whole life. I mean, I think the first thing I remember reading was comics. I was just obsessed with them.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any friends that read comics. So I did basically read comics kind of on my own. And it wasn't until about, and then I fell off a bit. But in junior high.
Oh, no, you're right. Did you scrape your knees?
Anyway, a little Family Guy joke there for you. But, yeah. But I fell off of reading comics for a while, but then about junior high, when we moved to San Antonio, and I started going to the base high school, I finally met like a group of friends that were into comics. My friend Mike got me into Doctor Who. We started playing D&D. So it was like all that stuff, right? So about high school was when that picked back up. And then just like Kyle, towards the end of high school, I started working at a comic store that, again, all my friends worked at. And that's just when I was like, oh, you guys all like, oh, I can talk to you about like Spider-Man. Great. Yeah. Like I read all that growing up. So
here's a question.
Yes.
Do you remember back in the early 2000s across South America as a whole, big wave started where suddenly a lot of people were saying anime is satanic, and church started jumping the bandwagon and pile up basically any anime is satanic and parents would forbid their children from watching it.
That must have been South America. I don't remember any of that.
I do remember that.
Really?
Ainsley says, I'll address that question in a minute. I had no friends who read comics, but a lot of dudes in school who made fun of me for it. It's lamos.
Yeah, fuck those
so
dudes.
by high school, I had
absolutely.
segued into anime.
And yeah, I bet they're all reading and watching that stuff now.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
it's cool.
Yeah, and they're all saying, "Oh, I grew up with it too."
No, you
As
didn't.
far as
like-
the anime is Satanic Panic. I think my family personally was pretty chill. Like they wouldn't like, and the thing is, they wouldn't really censor a lot of the anime over there. Like they would just let it play. Because when I watched Dragon Ball Z here, I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like his head should have came off, or you know. But there was one thing. We did have one aunt that for some reason she was very religious, and when we got the little Tamagotchis,
Oh god.
the pet, she told my parents that we shouldn't have them, and whatever, and they made us throw them away.
Oh no!
But that was the only
Were
thing I
they
remember
evil?
is that I don't know. I don't know what the issue was. I mean, I just remember that we had to get rid of it. So thank you for the questions, though. Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah.
Josh, did you have anything else you want to chat before we
I-
jump onto Kyle stuff?
I did not know. I was going to say though, just based on that question, one of the interesting historical things is, you know, if you grew up in the U.S. and you were a comics fan, you always heard about the comic panic in
Yeah.
1955 that resulted in the second comics code. One of the things that I didn't realize until I was doing research is that at the same time, almost globally, there were comic panics. So England had one. I believe Mexico had one. I could be wrong, but I seem to remember they had one. Italy had one. I mean, there were like these little pockets of just kind of like panic around comics and kid culture and that sort of thing. So
And it
And,
makes-
now in Tennessee.
and now in Tennessee, yeah.
Oh, that's
We're the most celebrated graphic novel of all time. The first Pulitzer Prize winning graphic novel is being banned. Crazy.
We're gonna go buy copies of Mouse and give them to our local library
Yeah.
so they can.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
All right,
All right, anyway,
uh,
Kyle, go ahead. Sorry.
Kyle, go ahead. Do you want to start with the non-comic stuff and then we'll finish up with
Yeah.
comics?
Yeah. Let's see. I've been going back to Retro Crush. I've been doing some old anime. A series called Kimagure Orange Road, which is about it's kind of dealing with the typical love triangle. One boy has multiple girls that he likes, but it's basically him and his two sisters and dad. They have to keep moving because the kids have paranormal powers, and his younger sisters keep kind of using them when they shouldn't, so they have to move. And it's a comedy, but basically him dealing with the two girls he ends up meeting. It's an old classic, a series I kind of got turned on to back when I was working at Planet Anime back in like 97 through 2002. But they have the whole series on Retro Crush, and also watch another one called Ninja Robots Tobi Kagi, which is basically about the colonization of Mars. So basically, it's like 200 years in the future. Earth has basically colonized the moon, and now they're on the way to Mars. And basically, it's think the old days of Australia. Anybody who gets into Mars is basically convict. So you get there and you go there and you have to and basically you have the test. You either go join the military or you become construction workers where you build the colonization. And then basically the military leader that's there is kind of basically criminal. So he's abusing his power. Aliens come and crash land. One faction fighting the other. One of the main the main characters are three teenagers, and the main kid ends up finding there we go. Yeah. So yeah, and the main one right here, who's in front of like the line one. They find out that the aliens about 500 years in the past, ninjas got brought to their planet to help save their civilization and let them robots. So they're trying to get to Earth to find ninjas, and he ends up piloting the and then his other two friends come and pilot the other one. So I'm only about 8 or 9 episodes in. They're trying to get to Earth. But both series are definitely dated 80s series, even though Orange Road is set in the 80s, whereas the other one is in the future, but it's definitely the music, and intro and the outro music is amazing, but it's definitely 80s Japanese music. And I'm having some fun watching that stuff. Also on Tubi, I found they have anime there too. And one of my favorites mech series of all time is Mazinger Z. But they have a movie called Mazinger Z Infinity from 2018. Basically, the premise is it's set 10 years in the future after Koji has defeated Dr. Hell. Everyone's supposed to be dead. And the whole universe, the whole planet has become unified because they're using this new kind of power source. Except now Dr. Hell's come back and he's trying to take over the Earth. And you find out, and one of the main stations in Tokyo, they unearth a giant Mazinger that's so big that basically the normal Mazinger Z robot can be the pilot for the giant Mazinger. And you find out later that basically, this came from another alternate reality. And it's like, and again, later in the film, we find out, there's the multiverse. I'm like going, well, the multiverse is now part of normal culture in every form we can go into. But
yeah,
it's a fun movie, great animation. If you love mech stuff, it's great. Go Nagai, like he's the artist who created Mazinger Z, and yeah, it was an awesome movie for me. So I had fun watching that.
I love Retro Crush. Ever since you brought that up, I have the Pulp channel, and you can switch between the two, running just live streams of animation or Pulp stuff.
I love Retro Crush. I forgot all about it, and I'm now binging anime this because I'm like,
I wish they had a few more dubbed, but that's my only thing because I know.
What's dub? I'm okay with no dub.
I don't want to read.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they have both the dub versions of Kimagure and Ninja Robots on Retro Crush. So if you want to check them out, they should have them on there. So
cool.
I think that is yeah, that's all I've got for TV watching.
All right, comics, hit it, because I
Okay.
want to ask you about the first one.
Yeah, excellent. One of my favorite artists is back with Mike Allard's back doing Excellent, which is the sequel to Ecstatic. I'm having some fun with this. Basically, it's one or two of the kids from the original team. The members of Ecstatic that are still alive brought them onto the team, and one of the other members, who's a previous member who died, is now brought back. He's formed his own team, and it's basically them kind of going at each other. And if you watch the original Ecstatic, of how like just the hatred each character had for each other, the art style of Mike Allard, this is a book you got to check out.
Yeah, that's one that I really recommend from the X-Men history that isn't being redone.
Josh,
Yeah.
did you read this? Or
So yeah, so it's funny. I just subscribed to it on Comixology earlier, but I
Okay.
haven't gotten around to reading it yet. So
I
Really
love Allard. He's in my top 5 when it comes to artists.
Do I
I
need to?
I love Allred. Yeah.
So I didn't read this yet because I didn't know if I had to read at least the Ecstatic.
No. It kind of gives you a little bit of history in the books. You don't have to have read the book.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
If you
I mean,
read it,
if you want to borrow them, Daniel, I've got.
Good.
Oh, good.
I could probably read them on Marvel Unlimited,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I was
That
gonna say,
was
if
the
you
only
read the
thing.
Ecstatic stuff, it'll give you some
I-
history on some of the characters, but you don't have to have read it to read this one.
Okay, cool.
Let me see. This one was a weird one. Savage Spider-Man #1. So I think this takes place on a different Earth. Basically, apparently on the Earth there is this new, I guess, serum that they give to people to give powers. But this new serum that they gave Spider-Man, basically changes him into a half spider, half man kind of creature. And they drop him and Baron Zemo on this island, and it's them trying to hunt each other. But they end up dealing with the natives who have special powers on this island, and there's like this faction of like, I don't want to say Nordic superheroes. It's not. Yeah, it's weird, but it's not Peter Parker, so that's the kind of thing. But I guess it's a book set for the Spider-Verse, but you have like these Nordic superheroes who are on like what I would call their version of the Helicarrier, and they're the ones who dropped Savage Spider onto the planet, and it's just, where are they going with this?
He might.
That's what
Who
makes
knows
him
what was in,
savage.
who knows what was in that needle? Yeah, I forgot to put this up, but I read art. It's great. Yeah, I read Savage Spider-Man too.
Dude,
and-
that's my new favorite Spider-Man villain, Mad Syphilis. You better be in the No Way Home sequel. That's what I'm
And
saying.
This was written by Joe Kelly, so I mean, Joe Kelly's been doing comics forever.
Yeah,
And it looks cool. I really love the art inside too. Like it looks,
it's
looks
good. It's just I just don't know where they're going with it. It'll be interesting to see what the next issue has.
Okay, this just in. Jared Leto has been cast to play Mad Syphilis in the next Spider-Man movie.
excellent casting.
Excellent.
Can't be any worse than playing Morbius.
Is he gonna go full method? Thank you.
Oh man. Oh, so
Perfect.
good.
Oh
So
God. Okay.
Good.
All right. What else?
Next book was Fantastic Four: Reckoning War #1.
Reckoning War.
This one, it's so I'm still trying to figure out this whole thing, but basically the villains of the series are the Badoon. So they're taking a page out of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. You find out basically Nick Fury is alive, original Nick Fury, patched and all. He's working with the Watcher because the Watcher's back, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. But apparently the moon, or partial of the moon, gets destroyed. Fragments start coming down on Earth. All the heroes like Fantastic Four, X-Men, Avengers, Spider-Man, they all come together, and they're trying to save people from getting crushed by the rocks. But then the Badoon attack. So now you have all these the Badoon attacking, and it's funny because Jack of Hearts is alive, and he's working with. And if you saw the cover, he's on the cover with.
Well, we
She-Hulk
saw him
and
in
the-
She-Hulk too.
Yeah.
and apparently there are these in part of the book there are like these two characters who only She-Hulk can see, and it's like, I know you two. It's like, yeah, and he goes, wait, is this the Reckoning War? And apparently She-Hulk has some part of the cause of the Reckoning War. We don't know exactly what yet, but yeah. So there's Jack of Hearts right in the background.
What's
And
that? And this is our most viewed video this week. What?
so at one point you actually have a couple members of the new Warriors, like original line of the new Warriors helping out too. And there's
Okay,
Vance
that's what that
Astro
is.
who goes like, this is the Badoon. Like, eventually I'll fight them. What do you mean by that? And you had Matt actually, he's talking about his future self, the whole long story. So they make reference to the original Guardians, but this one, it looks like it could be a fun book.
It looks really
oh,
cool
yeah.
inside too. There's multiple artists, but this really
Yeah.
it looks pretty dope.
This one, when Clay's talking about fun stories, this one looks like it could be a fun story, especially when I don't know if it's gonna be. It looks like it may be an event book, but not an event
Wow.
book that's gonna run into all the other series. So
Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
real cosmic too, like towards the end of
Yeah.
the book.
yeah. Eternity is going through some shit here. Like he's going all crazy, and so the Silver Surfer has to go into Eternity to see what's going on.
Yep. It's really fun. Like just this will. I think it'll keep going in the Fantastic Four series, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
I think that's what people said in the comments. Actually, that was pretty nice of them. Also, Ben Grimm has kids now.
Well, no, they've had them. These are the this
Yeah,
happened during
how?
no, it's
Empire.
not. One
adopted
is
kids during Empire.
one's a Korean, one's a Skrull.
Yeah.
So basically, they got thrown out from their own tribes. They were supposed to be killed, and so they basically him and Alicia adopted them.
Yeah.
I thought we were about to have a Mallrats discussion because I wanted to know how Ben Grimm.
How does the thing's rock dong get into her?
Oh boy. Well, there it is, Robo. You wanted some R-rated.
He wears Mr. Fantastic as a condom.
Oh God! Oh,
I don't like that.
Reed could never cure him, so he gave him the one thing he could use.
He's
Saber
talking to
weirdest-
Sue. I've seen things I cannot unsee.
Weirdest threesome ever. Just totally bizarre.
You got to think, even with him wrapping around that, even with him wrapping around the sides of his thing,
Nope.
how does the thing put into?
No. All right.
No, I'm out.
What else, Kyle?
Kyle, could you draw what you're talking about? I need to know.
Everybody, cool it. Now is here.
Oh man. Well, there go our YouTube follower numbers. They're just plummeting now.
If we drop below
Crazy.
500, do I have to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
Old
exactly.
Boy?
Yes. You have to watch it twice. All right. What else,
Okay,
Kyle?
I'm sorry. See, this is for reckoning. Dark Knights of Steel #4. We talked about it a little bit. Thor I think it was 21.
Yeah.
You basically find out that basically Mjolnir. It's best way to put it is Mjolnir is basically what's DC crap. What's the yellow? I can't. I'm blanking on who Hal Jordan became when he absorbed all the power. It's
Parallax?
It basically Mjolnir is Parallax. Mjolnir is a power that basically has been around since like the beginning of time when Odin was in charge and trapped Mjolnir inside the actual hammer.
I was
The
like,
actual
bold
lightning.
crossover, Donnie. Like, just
Yeah,
grab
Donnie
DC
Cates,
characters.
man, his books are fun.
He don't give a fuck. He just grabs DC characters.
And I'm not going to say what else happens in the book, but basically you find out Mjolnir, the power has been stuck in the hammer, even So it's just like it's not the hammer isn't Mjolnir. It's just
It's
it was
possessed.
You're not
So-
Ainsley. I'm just behind. I'll catch up. I promise.
I read
That's
the
a Tom-
first one
that's
of
a-
that. It's a Tom Taylor book. It's
Tom Taylor
good.
book.
It's
Good
fun.
stuff.
Which one is it? What's that about?
7 Secrets is on Boom. It's kind of a
Yeah,
complicated
it's
pitch. There's a society that keeps this thing in the briefcase, like these secrets, and it's a lot more than that. But then I guess 2 agents who have a child, they want to keep the secrets away, and the kid inherits that duty, I guess. And now there's this whole secret society like trying to hunt them down and get the briefcase with the stuff. It's a lot more than that, but like that's the quick pitch for it.
Yeah, it's Tom Taylor writing it. It's fun. The art's awesome.
Okay.
And it does have a feel of like 90s, early 2000s shonen
Okay, I
anime.
might give it a shot. Okay.
Yep.
Maybe
It's from Boom.
Okay.
So cool.
We got X-Men #7, which basically is the story. From the previous issue, you get to find out about you learn about Captain Krakoa, but you find out that basically how Captain Krakoa came about, and basically it's Cyclops. It's a story about how Cyclops, what happens to him being regenerated and becoming Captain Kuroko.
So this is what happens when because immortality and the resurrection protocols are not public information.
Yeah.
What happens when a mutant gets killed in public? Like they bring them back, but they can't be seen anymore because people don't know that they can come back to life.
Yeah.
So Cyclops has
What
to.
harm would it be for them to know that though?
Well, because then I don't know. I'm not
Because
a
the
mutant.
mutants have come out and said that like when they've passed laws in America, the mutants have said, this has nothing to do with us. This is.
I think they just don't want to reveal that part because it's a big.
But how many times in the 50 or so years that Marvel's been around have all the superheroes come back to life? Human Torch, Nightcrawler, Spider-Man. I mean, all these people have come back, and it's like, what's this is a normal day in Marvel history. It's Cyclops is back alive.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, Iron Man #16. This is Iron Man with the cosmic power coming to Earth, and basically the Avengers show up to try to see, hey, Tony, what are you going to do with it? And he goes, don't worry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically give everybody the same amount of intelligence that I have. So he's trying to make world peace, and so basically he goes in and goes, everybody is now as smart as I am. And so what's funny is the Fantastic Four are there, and so he goes, Reed, do you feel any different? He goes, well, I don't feel any dumber.
That's what I was.
Burn.
Can they change the title to the incredibly hubristic Iron Man? My God, the solution is make everyone as smart as me.
Hey, we did get a Superior Iron Man title a while back.
Yeah.
By Tom Taylor. So
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
And basically, it comes down to I forget who's going to him, but at the end, you finally basically, I don't think it's Hellcat, but somebody else going to Doctor Doom. And Doctor Doom says, "Don't worry, I'll stop Iron Man." Was like, of course, it's got to be the armored versus armored kind of character, take him down.
And Christopher Campbell was doing the Doom series, so it makes sense that he would want to keep writing that character.
And then the last one is X Lives Wolverine #2, which this one is kind of be interesting. It's I guess it's basically Xavier and Jean going back in Wolverine's psyche to find out his whole history, and to find out, and basically, and I guess you come to find out also that I don't know if it's Omega Red. Apparently, it's been around for the longest time. Also, I don't know if it's like a spirit that passes from one body to another, or some kind of disease. But basically, you get to the point where in one scene, Wolverine is with his bride in Japan. And he's like, and Jane's trying to talk to him. He's like, hey, we got to move on to the next scene. He's like, no, give me one more minute. And you find out that Omega Red is inside his wife. And he goes, I can't kill her because there's consequences. And he goes, the consequence is my son Daken.
Right.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah.
the other fold is that Wolverine's going to all these different points in his lives because he needs to stop Xavier from dying at all those times.
Oh,
Dude.
So yeah, it's a little convoluted, but it's I like it.
Yeah.
And then
I'm willing to see where it goes with it.
yeah, same. I'm enjoying that book as well.
All right, I think that's everything I've got.
All right. Well, let me finish off. I did read a bunch of stuff for the week that you can check out. Most of it is in reviews, but I read the Red Sonja Valentine special. That was interesting. I don't think I've read Red Sonja in a long time. I read Sabretooth #1. That was really good.
Yeah, I did read that too. That was interesting.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Detective Comics, still like that story. I'm still loving it. Batman. My favorite thing this week though was probably the Monkey Prince. New
need
DC
to read
character.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so good. Also, we got a bunch of free comics on Monday from Substack because it was Comic Day at Substack. So Chip Zdarsky dropped a comic named Public Domain, which I subscribed. So I read the first 2 issues.
Okay.
Tom King and Elsa Charretier dropped Love Everlasting, which was amazing. Yes, Monkey Prince. Oh my god, I'm so mad that they only gave us 1 issue.
Is it not going to continue or?
Yeah, I mean it's coming, but I have to wait.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, so all this Substack stuff was a lot of fun. And you can find a lot of that stuff on the channel. Also, New Masters from Image Comics. Really good post-apocalyptic Afrofuturistic book. Like there's just some really interesting concepts there. And then that was the stuff I covered on the channel. Now for fun, because I also read comics for fun. I read A Men Among Ye, Volume 1. This is a comic by Stephanie Phillips, who's currently writing Harley Quinn. So if you like that series, Shelby, she might like this. It's about it's a pirate book. That's all I'll say. It's a pirate book.
interesting.
And there's a woman on the ship. What? No, not a woman. Women can't be pirates. I also read Radiant Black 1 through 12 because we have the Supermassive is coming, which is the big Image book that's gonna. Radiant Black is the Kyle Higgins book where it's a superhero comic, but it's also kind of like mixed in. It's got a little bit of Power Rangers feel to it. It's really, really cool. And then Image sent us issue number 12, so I just went ahead and read it. I'll make a video about it later for the week. But I recommend, if you want superhero stuff that's not tied in with like 80 years of backstory, I recommend Radiant Black because Kyle Higgins is doing really cool stuff. He wrote some of my favorite Power Ranger stories. So, and then yesterday, my buddy CJ recommended Beyond. It's an event, not an event. It's a miniseries from Marvel from the early 2000s, written by Dwayne McDuffie, and it's like these 9 people from the Marvel universe get taken to like an arena, and they have to kill each other if they want to come back.
Yeah.
Like, everything-
Oh, yeah, Spider-Man dies in the first issue, doesn't he?
yeah. Well,
Yeah, okay.
Spider-Man.
Well, it's secret. It's basically Secret Wars. It's the Beyonder
Kind
taking
of.
like yeah.
Well,
Okay,
it's
I'm-
also not the Beyonder. There's a lot of twists and
I know,
turns to
but,
it.
but they're in the ship that they're brought into is like the same circular
Yes.
device that they were all
Yes.
got transported in. Okay.
It does have. Let me pull up the roster because I think it's really interesting. with
Scorpion,
people that are
somebody.
involved.
It's Scorpion, Venom, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Wasp. I think is in there.
Wasp is in there, yeah, for sure. Hold on, let me.
I remember.
Um,
I only read the first 2 issues and kind of fell out of it.
I mainly read it because I saw Dwayne McDuffie wrote it, and I was like, oh, this like their outfits were really interesting too. But let me see. I think I took. Oh, maybe I didn't take a screenshot.
We really should have a Dwayne McDuffie episode.
Yes, we should. But it was fun. It was really. I don't know. The team that they put together was really weird. Let's see. Okay. No, that's not it. Well, I was trying to find the picture of the roster, but it only keeps giving me Beyond their stuff. So, anyways, it's a Marvel Unlimited. Go check it out. It's a fun limited series. But that's about it in comics, I think. Yep. And also, I've been watching Reacher on Amazon Prime.
With Hawk?
With Hawk.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
You mean Aquaman?
You mean
Yeah.
the first actor to play Jack Reacher that looks like Jack Reacher?
Yep.
Yes. North Star is in Beyond. Yes. North Star does show up. And I also can't wait for Supermassive. Image sent us also a preview of the Rogue Sun comic that's going to come out of that.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to check it out. That's why I read Radiant Black, so I could kind of like, because I imagine we should get the review copy next week. So I want to make sure that I'm caught up. But yeah, a lot of really fun comics, a lot of really good stuff. That's about it though. I do have some. Oh, I guess. Are you guys caught up on both or either Boba Fett and or Peacemaker?
Yes.
Yes.
Josh,
Of course.
You
not.
guys go ahead. It's fine.
Which one are you caught up on
probably
either one of
and I
them?
did not.
Are you
No.
caught up
Go
on
ahead.
either
Go
one?
ahead. It's totally okay.
I
It
don't
won't
want to
bother me.
spoil anything.
Josh,
No. It's fine. It's fine.
Josh, please do the Peacemaker dance while we talk about it.
Oh, Kyle, are you caught up on Superman and Lois?
Oh, God,
we
yeah.
didn't get to talk about it. last
Yes,
week.
yes.
Dude,
yes.
they swerved us so good.
Well, and I hate to say this, but the way, yeah. Okay, is it okay to bring up what it was?
Yeah,
Or?
that one
Yeah.
I don't mind spoiling.
Okay,
Spoilers for
it's
Superman
not-
and Lois.
It's not. Well, okay. We thought we were gonna get Doomsday. We ended up getting Bizarro,
Yeah.
but I still think there's a way they might make a Bizarro into. Wow, there goes Josh. You didn't want to know the spoilers.
No. Sorry, my
No, but
my
it's-
dogs
it's-
are howling, and I'm
it's-
trying to.
Yeah, it's
It is
Bizarro.
just- yeah.
And
And
then-
then,
and then-
go ahead.
Yeah, and you find out the reason that Superman's been having these visions is because the amulet that's on a Bizarro's thing, which the medallion would normally be the Bizarro one that he normally wears,
Yeah.
is somehow it's psychic linked to where Bizarro's seeing what Superman sees and Superman's seeing what Bizarro's seeing,
Yeah.
and it's just nutty.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
How
and-
did
and he-
Bizarro look in the show?
pretty cool. Like he
I have-
has
I think I
fire
have-
breath. He does fire breath instead of cool breath. It's like they actually do the reverse powers and everything. So
yeah,
and-
it looks. I mean, it's still Tyler Hoechlin. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
hard
so-
to
yeah.
it's hard to make that
I-
dude not look handsome. But they
Yeah, I
did
just
it.
remember how they did it in Smallville, and it was just kind of a digitized or a dirty look of.
If the sun hit his face, he saw like the kind of rigid, kind of gray color tone that he'd have. Other than that, he looked like Clark, normal.
Okay, so it wasn't
Yeah.
just like.
No. I'm saying in Smallville, like Bizarro looked like that's how right there.
Okay, so
Yeah, so in Smallville, Bizarro looked like normal Clark unless the sun hit him, and then he saw like the
Then you
Bizarro
can kind of see
face.
the crackling on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this
This
one
one,
straight.
yeah.
So the way they set it up, this dude was in a mine, right? And he was wearing a containment suit.
Which
So people
a la
like
Doomsday.
we immediately thought. When I made the review video for the second episode, I even put a picture of Doomsday blacked out because where I thought they were going. I was like, all right, bold move, season 2, bring on Doomsday and maybe kill Superman.
Well, I still say there's a way. I don't know if they'll do it, but there's a way that they could turn Bizarro into Doomsday or a form of Doomsday later in the season.
yeah,
But I love it. Basically, within the last 2 episodes, Steel, John Henry's armor has gotten damaged. Now his daughter, since she's from the alternate universe, and now when living with them, the kids on the farm, she's going to help him rebuild the suit. So I wonder if we're going to get a little more comic accurate kind of Steel uniform.
She has to get one by the end of the season too, right?
Yeah.
Like a
I wouldn't be
suit of herself around.
surprised. Well,
Yeah.
I love her
Well,
Steel outfit in the comics.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. Like, you know, there's an instance where basically Jordan is in the town store in Smallville, and some kids are about to run out of the room or the store with some alcohol. So he does a little, you know, uses his freeze breath. It shows them so that way they slip, they drop the alcohol, they run out. Jordan's girlfriend tries to say, "Hey, what we need to get them?" It's like, no, don't worry, my dad has cameras. And Jordan's like, "Oh shit."
Uh-oh.
No, no.
He calls his grandfather, of course, General Lane, who has, you know, still connections to the DOD, and they're able to scramble the video so nothing's seen. He says basically, next time, look around, look at your surroundings. There was a blind spot you could have ducked down, and so in the episode, he's asking because they got the Bizarro. Jordan asks his grandfather, "Can you help train me so I can be a better help to my dad?"
Yeah.
So he might be on our way to a Superboy kind of situation
And
too.
the other story, since Jonathan doesn't have powers, he's the other twin.
Yeah.
But there's this drug that kids are taking, like a steroid or whatever.
Made from the X Kryptonite.
Yeah, but each
Oh, cool.
person that takes it gets a different Superman power. So like one of his rival kid in the football team, he's stronger now. So that's why he's doing well at the quarterback position, which is also what Jonathan plays. But Jonathan takes it and he gets the microscopic vision.
Yeah.
So he's able to like pinpoint where he wants to throw the ball.
Cool.
It's really interesting. Like even the side stories in Superman and Lois are interesting. I don't care so much about Lana Lang running for mayor of the city, but that's like the D plot. Like it's the last plot.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll come back and tie that into the other stories, later in the season. But I think Superman and Lois is probably like sometimes I think it's my favorite thing, even though Peacemaker is a thing. But then I watch Peacemaker.
I know.
I'm like, no, this is my favorite thing.
I'll say
And then
this-
I watch Superman and Lois, and I'm like,
really, like I said, the only two CW shows, and I guess they could go to HBO if the CW gets sold. The only two CW shows I'm much looking forward to these days is Stargirl and Lois, Superman and Lois. They're really the only two that feel like they're actually really trying to be fans of the comics and also true to that aren't CW feels. I don't know. It's just those are the two I'm really. But then you watch Peacemaker and it's like, okay, that takes us to a whole new level.
Yeah, but now are you interested in the new casting that's going to be on Legends of Tomorrow?
I'm willing to check it out. I haven't really been watching the last couple episodes. I've been the story's I've been kind of turned off by the story.
so
But
last
Donald
week,
Faison.
yeah. Let
Booster
me
Gold, I know.
let me premise this a bit, and it might be Booster Gold. They haven't said.
That's
They
true. That's
just-
true.
But that description.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So last week when we were putting our pitches together, I believe Josh mentioned
You guys
that,
mentioned that. Yeah, I heard.
that he would like to see, Faison and Zach Braff as Booster and Beetle, right? And then this week, this comes out. So obviously, Warner Brothers or
Is
CW,
listening.
somebody's listening to our podcast.
They're
I
one of the
would-
500.
I would like my finder's fee. WB, if
Just
you're
give.
listening.
We just won producers credit, so we can go to Vancouver and watch it being shot.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Don't even give me money. Don't worry about
I
that.
didn't get to be here, but did you guys see my post I put on Discord about the one movie that I like to see?
Mm-mm.
What was it? Pitch it. Go ahead.
Creature Commandos fighting Nazis on Dinosaur Island.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would
yeah,
be-
that would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I went back and actually started reading some of the original Creature Commando books from the 70s, and I'm like, this would be fun. I really want to see this.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that they haven't even touched for TV or movie properties.
It's like
that
nobody
I-
knows about. Like, there's so much stuff that people don't realize that was made by DC or even Marvel, let alone
Yeah.
them. That just you could easily
But
handle and make fun.
Even as we were talking, when I was looking through the notes last week, I was like, "What the fuck is this, Clay? What are you?" Or Josh too. He had a Cain and Abel thing, and I'm like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck is this?"
But then after you read about it, you wanted to see it, didn't you?
Yeah, it sounded cool.
Cain and Abel? Which one's that?
Oh, it was
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as Cain
Yep.
and Abel.
No, but no, are you just talking about like Adam and Eve's sons, or was there a DC book called Cain and Abel? That's what I'm asking. It's like,
Oh, they
No,
were
no,
just
no,
the book, the House of
They
Mystery.
were in House of Mystery and
Oh.
Sandman. They
interesting.
show up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow. Nick Frost fits right into that. Jesus.
Yeah, they're both great. So yeah, if you haven't gone back, go watch that episode. Also, we came back in our audio podcast. You can hear that as well. You won't get the visuals, but if you want to come back. We do have just real quick, I guess, and we'll do a big Boba. I think we should just do a big Boba Fett show. So we'll figure out what we're doing first, either Old Boy or Boba Fett next week, depending on if we're able to watch it. And I'm sure we'll do a big Peacemaker show as well, because I mean we have to talk about it. But I really want to let Josh go in clean watching this stuff, because it's a lot of fun. Like I think
So far behind.
no, it's fine.
I want him to watch Peacemaker more than I want him to watch Book of Boba Fett. Honestly, that's the one I really want to get into and just really have some
Well, I
fun
did, I
with.
did start Peacemaker last night. I was halfway through the first episode, when my daughter was like, "Hey, we're watching Doctor Who, right?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Let me stop this and we'll watch Doctor Who." So,
All right. Well, I do have a little bit of just to. Oh, we're almost. Oh shit! It's already pretty late. I had some DC news, but
Well, throw it out real quick.
Yeah.
well, not
Drop
sorry,
it.
not DC news, but comic news.
Throw it out.
So in the past few weeks, we saw that the Justice League is going to die on episode 70 on issue 75,
I saw that.
which we touched on a little bit. Marvel
long
is
will
doing
that last?
Oh,
another Secret Invasion.
I enjoyed Secret Invasion.
Another?
Yeah.
Wait, is this being written? Is this being written by Hickman? Because God knows he likes to bring back
It'll
every
be-
single.
Ryan North and Francesco Mobili. So
Okay, all right.
I'm
Bendis
not
did the
familiar with their
original
work.
with
Is it Jim Chong? I
yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Then we're also getting the Jurassic, the Justice League turned into dinosaurs.
I'd willing to read that one. That one could be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Daniel Warren
I
Johnson.
will. I
doing
will
it, right?
read that.
So,
I mean,
Oh,
how can you
yeah.
go
Yes.
wrong?
although look at
You say that.
Superman's tiny head as a
Brachiosaurus.
yeah.
Batman's
so
a Tyrannosaurus. One of
These
the
are
Triceratops.
super
I'm
cool.
getting-
And then look at Dolphin Tiny Head Man.
I am getting some very strong Captain Carrot vibes here.
Yep.
Like,
Yes.
We also have David proposed with a new Savage Avengers team.
It's an annual.
Deathlock.
Well, he's taking it's also a new series too.
Oh, is it?
Like,
Okay,
they'll-
okay.
It's gonna spin off into a whole new series. We're gonna see Weapon H come back. What are these guys' names? Cloak and Dagger.
I can't even see from that far back.
Yes, Cloak and Dagger,
Okay.
Anti Venom,
okay.
the Black Knight,
Who's
Deathlock,
the,
And then Elektra Daredevil.
and Electro Daredevil, and Conan,
who's
of course.
who's the White Venom?
Anti Venom.
Yeah, but
Anti-
who's anti-venom? It's not
I
Brock.
think it's Flash Thompson. If I
Okay.
if I
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
last
right.
time I checked, it was still him. And then last but not least, Karen Gillan, Judgment Day, Avengers, X-Men, and the Eternals.
Oh dear God.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of this.
I just know I need to catch up on that Eternals book.
The Eternals movie was interesting. I'm not sure I'm a
Yes.
huge fan of it, but it was interesting.
It was long.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It was definitely long.
Oh, so
It's
Ryan
cool.
North did the Power Pack series that recently came out, and then yes, give me all the Electro Daredevil.
I actually started watching the Power Pack pilot that I found that
Yeah.
they did in the 90s.
Yeah, it's on
I have a
YouTube.
copy of
I
it.
heard
on,
that too.
It's on
I have it
YouTube.
on my Plex server and started watching it and just felt nostalgic because it was just so 90s cheese.
Okay, yeah, it's Flash. He came back. I thought that it was Flash.
Okay.
I remember that. So yeah, a lot of really cool, really weird, bonkers comic shit coming at us pretty soon.
Cool.
Always fun
we'll
stuff, though.
Always fun, dude. I'm telling you, 2021, already
What?
killing it.
Oh, okay.
I did have.
2022.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
You lost the whole month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, wanted a quick retrospective on the channel because. Oh no, not that one.
We're at 504.
504.
This one. So this is as of today. We're 504 subscribers. This is
Thank you.
Voice.
looking back a year from 2021, and we didn't really start
Nice.
making videos till January. At the end of January, I think we started uploading the podcast.
Yeah, but that's all you, Daniel. I mean, you took it. And ran
Yeah,
with it.
that's you are the
Yeah.
MVP
Backbone of the show.
and the backbone of the show.
Literally.
So this is what the podcast kind of looked like back then, the channel, and I started doing the pull list videos. Funny enough, the first trailer reaction that we have is we have
Falcon
Falcon and the
Winter
Winter Soldier. We have Zack Snyder's Justice League. Mortal Kombat, and Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. So thank you, Zack Snyder, for helping us grow the channel. But
I want
if
out.
we sort by most popular, we really owe all our success to. Oh crap! What do you mean no videos?
Yeah, we have no popular videos.
He deleted everything.
We have 3 franchises to thank for our success, really, or 4, I guess. 13, which was the big trailer reaction. That's our most viewed video ever. With
That just came out of nowhere.
yeah, it really did.
I didn't know Trece had that kind of following.
Same. Then we have the Transformers reaction that I did with watching the Kevin Smith video.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Also, the trailer reaction for
It was
the toy
Prime
Revelation. Yeah.
Yeah, Optimus Prime.
Okay.
No,
So it's basically 80s toy revivals.
yeah,
And Trece.
yeah, and then the Masters of the Universe Revelation trailer,
Yeah.
and then the Wheel of
That was
Time.
way better than I expected.
Yes,
I love
That
it. I
whole
still
show
love
was
it.
so fun.
So as you can see, those are the big 4 things that are driving this channel. Also, this Fate Order video, like I like Fate Grand Order, but I didn't expect it to be so watched. So yeah, those are the big things. Also, Rocky, thank you, Rocky. So yeah, the channel's been through an evolution, and we
Yes,
just
it has.
but we thank you guys for watching. Thank everybody that has subscribed so far, and like I said, we'll do our Old Boy show in the next couple of weeks. We just got to sort that out. Boba Fett, Peacemaker. There's gonna be a Batman show.
I will
soon.
watch them. I promise.
I swear you will laugh more at Peacemaker than I think anything else you've seen James Gunn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of
Nice,
news. I
nice.
don't know if you guys already knew about this, but was it mentioned that the fact that Disney's doing a Rocketeer TV show?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did talk about that. Yeah, when they.
Okay.
I'm
I just thought-
super hyped for it.
So I saw the link. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And it's not that weird like kid show.
No, I hope it's 1930s. Let's.
Yeah, the kid show was a weird pitch.
Totally weird. Like what kid is gonna know who the Rocketeer is?
Or it's nostalgic for 1930 serials.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I do fit both demographics, so
I mean, maybe a parent like Josh would make his kid watch The Rocketeer.
yeah,
the kid show.
that is true.
So, what do you guys have? Do you guys have any recommendations before we get out of here?
Oh, recommendation.
I've got one if we need one.
Yeah, I got something too, but
Okay, hang on. I will throw mine up in the.
I got it pulled up.
Oh, you got it. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So mine is yet again. I default to Humble Bundles, but this one's really great. This is the Fuck Cancer bundle. Just dropped yesterday. For $10, you get all these games, and I would just point out Magicka, super fun ass game. It is so much fun. You get all of the Homeworld games. It's a great bundle for $10, and what's really nice is all the profits go straight to charities fighting cancer. So $10, you get some games. You help fight cancer. It's a win-win.
Full donation here. You don't even have to customize the.
Yep, you can just do
amounts.
$45. I mean, you can go as low as $10 and get everything. So,
But it all goes to this cancer foundation.
yeah,
Correct.
Good.
Because normally a part of it goes to the publishers, part of
Yep.
it goes to Humble Bundle. This one, all of it. Okay, cool.
Yep, this one just goes straight to the foundation. So anyway, so just help out, play some good games.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. I have 2 things that I'm gonna invite you guys to read for next week. First, the Love Strange Adventures #1, which is the Valentine's Day issue from DC, the anthology. We'll have plenty of stories in there, plenty of creators, and just a lot of fun
Wow.
stuff. And
That looks amazing.
And there's an Amanda Connor variant, which I love.
Oh,
I
Ambush
Ambush
Bug!
Bug. He's hosting a dating game.
Of course,
It makes sense.
That
It
does.
makes sense.
and
That
then
is
fun.
awesome.
On the other side, we have the Maestro World War M.
Yeah.
Also a
Uh,
Valentine's Day comic.
That's right. Which
Interesting.
Peter David.
Yeah.
I don't know how involved George Perez is going to be in the art. Maybe it's a variant or something. I wonder. That's probably it. So I'll check it out. I mean, I will cover these on the channel. And then here's what I'm looking. Here's my pull list. If anybody else wants to see something.
Holy moly, man!
Yeah. Oh, this thing I'm looking forward to, the Suicide Squad Black Label book.
Yeah.
Blaze.
Please. Huh.
Yeah, looks cool. And kind of like what Josh was saying about the art earlier.
I like that. Yeah.
Simon Spurrier is writing the Suicide Squad, which makes me very excited. Because if you guys have read Legion and all that stuff that he's been doing on the Marvel side, you'll know. Like, I think his writing is very interesting.
Yeah, his writing is very hard sci-fi. Like,
yeah,
I'd be interested to see his take in this book.
Cool. All right, Clay or Kyle, you guys have anything?
I don't think I've got is I'm just going to recommend Retro Crush. If you like old anime, just go to retrocrush.tv and just you'll find a lot of stuff on there.
They even put a bunch of stuff on the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But it's also on the.
Pretty good.
Yeah. What app is it that it's also tied to? The Pulp.
Oh no, it's oh god, if you hadn't said it.
Damn it, Clay. What did you say?
There's a channel.
It's the free streaming app.
Yeah.
Which one?
Starts with a P.
It's
Pluto.
Hard Pulp.
Pluto. Thank you.
Oh, Pluto. Okay.
Pluto has it. Okay.
Pluto TV. Yep. And just weird. Weird random thing. I just got an update on my Google TV, and they added a live tab that if you have Pluto TV installed, you don't even need to open the app. You can just like go over to the tab and see everything currently on.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Clay?
Midnight Pulp is the app.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You can get Midnight Pulp for free. It has a streaming. It has a streaming station. It has like 4 streaming stations. Retro Crush is one of them. All the stuff that Kyle's been talking about. So you can just pop it on and watch live streams, or they have stuff that's free, or you can subscribe.
Oh,
interesting. Okay. Huh.
I am going to recommend Valley of the Dolls because it is batshit weird. Like, if of all the stuff we've talked about, this is the weirdest thing, and I had the most fun with this week.
I am definitely going to have to watch that. I've always meant to. It still bugs me that Zack Snyder is the one to like bring together the fact that they both have mothers named Martha.
I never would have thought about it until that. Yeah, I never thought about it until that happened.
Unappreciated genius, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, thanks everyone that watched live.
Overrated.
For those that are still here, Ainsley, Robo, Judah, G, Aramis, Leonard Kim, Michael Malone. We had our friend from Twitch,
Amy
Chibi. Yep. Hopefully we answer your questions. If you have more questions, drop them in the comments. If you have any ideas that you want us to talk about, like the shows, drop in your Doctor Who recommendation so I don't have to listen to Josh.
Look, it's the only thing I bring to this show. It's the one thing.
That's true. That's true. That'd be like you not listening to me about Batman.
No, I do. And actually, I meant to ask you how the Batman Urban Legends is, but we can do that offline if you want.
Okay. No, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's great.
Is
great
it?
anthology. Right. Yeah, just really fun stuff. So that's it. Anything else you guys want to shout out before we get out of here? Clay, shout out your podcast again. Your other podcast.
My other podcast is Unsocial Spectators, where Mark Ramsey and I discuss the movies of our generation a year at a time. So we go through and find one movie that, well, actually, I'm going to probably change it this episode and pick one movie I've seen, one movie I haven't, because I really enjoyed The Graduate. Thanks,
right,
G.
Cool. Thanks, G. Yeah. Here we have a second. Batman Urban Legends is great. There you go, Josh. The chat doesn't lie.
Awesome. I will track that down. I'm not anti-Batman.
Well, here's the most outrated part of our show, which is the outro. So take care, everyone, and let's get out of
Let's
here.
ride.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Twitter loves you.
Oh yeah, Clay.
Hell, Bebo.
Josh.
My vagina is haunted.